Go for it.
Hello, Sci-Fi Gangstas. This is the show where we talk about science fiction, video games, and comic books, but really, it's just an excuse for me to catch up with my friends and to play Star Trek Adventures. I'm Anthony Dar, media scholar and person who's excited about this particular episode because this one, although heavily inspired by uh, something that's in the campaign book right here, is mostly my story. So we'll see how that goes. I am pretty excited about it. For those of you who are playing at home, this is inspired by Fading Suns. There you go, just in case you wanted to look that up yourself. But before we begin here and introducing all of our players, I should say that you can always check out all of our Star Trek adventures wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. So if you want to listen to us in audio format, you want to watch our pretty faces, you can do that as well. But once again, this is our fourth, fifth, sixth Star Trek adventures. I'm not really sure. I haven't been. I can't remember which one.
When you lose count, that means you're doing well.
That is very true. That is very true. I will say this. So if you have been paying attention to our particular campaign, all three of you, if you've been paying attention, and by three I mean the three people here, then you may be aware that we ended off on a cliffhanger last episode. But considering that Jeremy will not be here, and rather than just continuing that particular story without him, what I decided to do was to kind of treat this almost like a side quest. We're going to do a quick side quest, and of course, Mike is putting on chapstick. He's definitely lubing up his lips, which is
he's getting ready for battle.
Yeah. Hey, El Paso's dry.
You gotta
keep that lip balm close.
I was so enamored by what was happening over there. You stopped me in mid sentence. But yeah, so rather than continuing the story without Jeremy, what I decided to do is we'll have like a side mission, and we'll kind of consider this to be sort of like a flashback, right? It's a flashback episode where it's like without Jeremy, but a quick little one shot, I guess you could call it. But that's what we'll be doing here today. And of course, CJ, who's playing Lieutenant Donkra, maybe he'll be hopping in here midway if he can. If he can't, that's totally fine. We'll kind of go on without him. But yeah, let's go ahead and introduce our players here, starting off with the producer of the show, Acidtrain. Acid, how you doing?
Pretty good. I'm excited for this holiday special that we're about to have. So yeah,
it is.
Let's do it. I'm ready to fly ships and get healed by the doctor. Let's go.
Fantastic. Excellent. Of course, up next we have Lindsay, who is playing Asha, Dr. Asha. Lindsay, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Coming off of a little bit of a cold, so I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little bit off at moments, but other than that, I'm good.
Well, fantastic. It's good to have you on board here. And of course, our newest recruit, but love having him. That's Michael Mann, who's playing Ensign Minden. Is that correct? Minton.
Yep, Minden. I'm a Benzite.
Well, fantastic. It looks like CJ is making it in here in a second. He'll be dropping in, and he's already dropping in right now. Fantastic. He's already coming in.
Up all my nameplates.
Screwing up all your nameplates already, right off the bat.
Bye nameplates.
As CJ comes in here. So as I said before, this is going to be sort of like a flashback one shot. We are kind of waiting for CJ to hop in here because it'd be good to kind of get him on board. Michael decided just to leave. He's furious already with how the game's going so far. He decided just to leave the room. That's what he's doing. He's out of here.
He's mad at Ensign Minden.
Tonight is just the night of chaos, okay? We'll just embrace the chaos.
I'm okay with a little chaos. It looks like CJ's having a little difficulty getting in here, or something's going on. But fantastic.
I'm gonna put the GM in the middle here.
All right, well, sounds good. All right. Waiting for CJ to hop in at any moment here. This might be a good time to say you can always check out our website, a website that I have not updated in a very long time, SciFi Gangstas.com. You can always check us out there. Michael has decided to leave again. He's just out of here. He's just
No,
opening
I'm in the kitchen.
Okay, well, fantastic.
That's
All
I
right.
can hear you.
All right, we'll go ahead and get started. CJ will hop in here at any moment. I'm not sure if he's having difficulty here. It looks like he's just having a difficult time connecting. All right, so like I said before, last episode we ended up on a cliffhanger, but think of this particular episode happening before that. So this particular episode happened before the events of last episode, right? So we haven't really gotten into that part with Admiral Stoker. Was that Stoker? I believe was her name. But yeah, so let me go ahead and start off with the way a lot of Star Trek episodes begin, and that is with a captain's log. Captain's log started blah 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 blah. I haven't think of a start date. All right.
Horrible, Gene. I don't even know what year we're in.
That's true. We don't even know. My crew is assigned to deliver scientific equipment to Epsilon 19, located just outside the Shackleton Expanse.
Had to be Epsilon 19.
The station was constructed to monitor the rapidly decaying star of the Acidtrain system and to determine if the star's unusual triathlic wave emissions are related to any of the phenomenon located within the nearby regions of the expanse. Because the USS Pike needs to be in the Shackleton Expanse, I am sending out four crew members, four of my best crew members in a runabout to head to Epsilon 19 to deliver this scientific equipment and to determine what's going on with these unusual readings.
Mm.
So our scene begins with you all in the runabout, and you're on your way to Epsilon 19. CJ is still trying to connect. I don't know what's going on. It's just still not loading in here. But yeah, so go ahead and send him a text saying like, what's going on? All right, so as you guys are in the shuttlecraft heading on to Epsilon 19, I kind of just want to get a good idea of what everyone's doing in this particular moment, right? So if you're familiar with a runabout, it's obviously it's much smaller than a starship. Really, you have the main cabin, and then maybe you have sort of like a back area. But we'll start off with Ensign Minton, I should say. What are you doing right now?
I'm probably on maybe the communications, seeing if anything's incoming or if we need to give any outgoing messages.
Oh, there he is.
Well, fantastic. And as CJ has made his way in here, seems like he was having some difficulties getting in. He's messing with his mustache. He's making sure it's got the handlebars to him. Very good. CJ, we're just talking about what we're doing right now on the runabout. You guys are heading off to Epsilon 19 to deliver some scientific equipment. And you're also determining there's some unusual readings coming from the star, which Epsilon 19 was constructed around to study this particular phenomenon. And
Okay.
you're all heading out there right now. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the pilot, and that is Slaw. Slaw, what are you doing right now?
Well, I'm the pilot, so I'm flying the runabout because otherwise, I don't think Elon Musk made this runabout, so it's not going to fly itself. Okay, this is.
It probably could fly itself, but good to have you there, right?
Look, I have disconnected all the auto functions, all flight controls. It is all me all the time.
Oh, wow, you're taking a manual.
I'm taking a manual. I'm brushing up on my manual skills.
Well, fantastic. Always good to hear. And of course, we have Dr. Asha. What are you doing right now?
I imagine Asha's just trying to do some research as much as she can, seeing what this signal might be, what they have uncovered thus far, what their thoughts are regarding what it might be or what it definitely isn't, so that she's kind of prepared.
All right. Well, fantastic. Excellent. And of course, we're going to move on to our Lieutenant Donkra. Lieutenant Donkra, what are you doing right now on the shuttlecraft?
Making sure security.
Making
Me-
sure security.
Me security.
Making
Me
sure-
keep things safe.
Making sure security. Well, fantastic. Always good to
That's
hear.
that's what I do. I make sure things are secure. My captain isn't here. I don't trust anyone else. Security.
Oh.
When in doubt,
Oh.
security.
Well, very good. We got a little bit of motivation for your character. Not exactly trusting everybody in the crew just yet. You do have an allegiance to the captain. CJ, I don't know if you were here when I mentioned this before, but this is happening before the incidents of last episode. So think of this.
So
as
this
a
is like a do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yep.
Okay, all right, we got one of those.
flashback
I'm with it.
episode. Yeah,
Oh, hang
very
on.
good.
I have that effect. I can do that. Okay, there we go. Just for you guys.
All right,
at
so you're
home.
all on the runabout. You're kind of on the bridge together, and we'll skip ahead in time, and you're getting pretty close to Epsilon 19, and you get a hail from the station. All right. I'll assume that someone puts up the hail onto.
I'm gonna throw that up on the screen.
Fantastic. Put
There
that
it
on
is.
the display screen. You see a human who is wearing a Starfleet uniform. Obviously, he's the rank of a commander, and this is Commander Eric Johansson, and he seems to be sort of like kind of a, based on his facial expressions, kind of a jolly fella, right? Like just kind of like a
Santa
charismatic,
Claus kind of guy.
happy guy. I'll put a beard on him. There you go. He's got a beard. Boom. He's got a white beard, pretty long. All right, there you
Gives
go.
Toys to children. It's great.
A real holiday
Great
special
guy.
now.
So he's on the screen and he goes, he's like, hello, crew of the USS Pike. I'm so excited to have you come to the station. As soon as you dock, I'll be happy to have you on board. Right.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Will you have hot chocolate available?
I'll be happy to. You know what? That sounds like a fantastic idea, Lieutenant
I know
Commander.
it is. That's why I brought it up.
Why don't we do this? Why don't you come on board? And there's no need for us to start working on this right off the bat. Why don't we have a nice sit-down dinner? You'll be our guests, and we'll have you over for a nice dinner. How does that sound?
I like it. I need some Klingon delicacies. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right.
So is there a musical that goes along with that, with a candelabra, teapots, and other plates, and they're singing as he's sitting there being their guest?
We'll be happy to provide any sort of entertainment that you wish. Perhaps we can have a hollow recording of a concert going on in the background to kind of set the mood. But it's been a while since we had visitors, so I'm very excited to have you on and very excited to entertain our guests.
Please, I would love to be entertained. Back in the 20th century of Earth, there's this Disney movie that talked about guests. This guest thing is new to me. I'm an orphan. I've never heard anything about guest. Is it possible that you can sing right now the Be Our Guest song that the 20th century humans would sing?
Well, that sounds like a fantastic song to sing. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with that classic song.
Don't
worry, I'm sending it over right now to you.
It's considered classical music. Yeah, you're right. It's a classical music now, compared to the ancient classical music of what's his name, Beethoven. No, it's not. Is it Beethoven? No, it's not Beethoven. Beethoven. Yes, that's his name, Beethoven.
Oh, that's well, very good.
Yeah.
Well, excellent. So, well,
I heard Disney had great security, so that's why I like him so much.
Well, fantastic. Well, come on over as soon as you dock, and I'm excited to have you all on Epsilon 19. We'll go ahead and skip it ahead in time here, and you've docked into the station, and it's just the four of you.
And it was a perfect manual dock. Just want to throw that out there.
It's a perfect manual dock.
Yes,
well, fantastic.
Perfect. Yeah.
Well, it definitely was. Everything seems to be there's no damage done
No,
to
people
the.
cheered. It was great. Yep.
There was someone. There was his name's Gary. He's been working at Epsilon 19 for a long time, and Gary he cheered.
I'm
He was
glad.
he was like yes, right, and he was embarrassed about it. Like he was kind of like, but he's oh yeah. Anyways, so you guys are walking on to the station, and Epsilon 19 is a surprisingly small station, almost kind of claustrophobic, right? It's not it's obviously it's bigger than the shuttlecraft itself, but not nearly as big as the USS Pike. So it's a smaller station. Its main purpose was to study the star there. But not a lot of like fancy high tech equipment, kind of like a low tech kind of star base. So you're walking on, and of course, Commander Johansson is excited to see you all, and he says, "Thank you, so crew of the USS Pike. I'm excited to have you all here. We're actually having dinner prepared right now. Is there any dishes that you would like to be included in this dinner?"
Hmm.
The ones from the classical Disney movie. I can't think of it. Beast and Beauty or something like that. I don't know.
Well, Lieutenant Donker, it seems like this particular entertainment is near and dear to you.
Yes,
And
yes.
Yes, Commander, you'll need to sit him at the kiddie table. which is,
I thoroughly
believe,
enjoy
located over there.
classic Earthling things from the 20th century.
Okay, well,
I would enjoy some biscuits and gravy. That would be delicious.
You
It
could-
amazes me.
You could tell that the Commander Johansson is now sort of kind of like he's wanting to entertain the guests, but he's also sort of like he's kind of a little bit of ashamed that he's not able to, like, he feels like he's not doing enough.
Mm.
Like so he's like
He's
oh
not.
you know.
But, you know,
Yeah, he's
Anyway.
definitely not doing enough.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right.
Production
cool.
value.
okay.
What was it the humans call cruises? Cruises? Yes, yeah. They sail on liquid. What liquid water on these boat things? Yeah, yes. Nothing like those Disney cruises. Yes, that's what I would like.
This bit will never end. Well, fantastic. All right, so you're all on the station. You're there for a particular mission, obviously, to transport the scientific equipment. And Johansson says, before we actually have dinner, perhaps we can quickly kind of put you up to speed on what we've been doing here. So he kind of tells you this long story about how they've been studying this star for quite some time. They believe that the star is dying, but in the process of the star dying, it's giving off what they are calling triolic wave emissions. And they've been studying these wave emissions and seeing if there's some particular components or characteristics that they can use for so it's like for energy that they can have, so that they can convert this into some sort of power source. So they've been studying this dying star for quite some time. They've been kind of cooped up on this space station, obviously excited to see people. And he says that it's only a matter of time before this star completely dies. And they're actually kind of a little sad that the star will eventually die. But they're trying to get all the research necessary to try to figure out what's so special about these particular emissions.
Has there been any emissions like this in other dead stars?
From what we understand, that there's been other unusual readings for other dying stars, but this particular star itself has very unique characteristics, and we don't understand what's so special about this particular dying star. But this is the reason why they wanted to build this star base around the star, is to figure out what's going on here.
Thus the name Starbase.
Mm-hmm. Very good, excellent. Any other questions?
So does this base, just so I'm clear, is this surrounding the star, or is it just like orbiting the star? Like
It's orbiting the star.
It's orbiting the star.
Yeah, it's
So
a very small.
this isn't like Dyson sphere
No,
material.
no, no.
Okay.
It's just a small space station.
Gotcha.
And have we found anything particularly interesting thus far,
We've
other
just
than
been
just
able
strange signals?
Well, we have been able to contain some of the energy sources, and we've been able to power a couple of components with it. It has promising results, but we're not nearly close enough to being able to, channeling it indefinitely.
So you're attempting to revive it or channel the energy?
We're just studying it right now, actually.
Oh.
We're just studying it.
How long before it dies?
We don't know, but it's probably going to be relatively soon, maybe at the end of this year, or maybe even sooner.
Maybe a possible configuration of some photon torpedoes that could rejuvenize the star.
We don't think that would that would have the effect that you would want.
It's worked on suns before.
That's true. All right, so as you guys are having this conversation, one of the crew members on the space station interrupts Commander Johansson and says, "Commander, we just received a hail from another spacecraft," and he kind of looks surprised, and he's like, "Can you put it on screen?" And there's a big screen because you guys are on the bridge of the starbase, right? And on the display appears an Orion. I don't know if you guys are familiar with an Orion, but the green aliens, right? So the type of aliens that Captain Kirk likes to bone, right? So you have a
fornication. I'm a Christian.
You have a male Orion, and he goes, Starfleet. This is Commander Paja Tajinko, and this is I'm commanding this merchant spacecraft from the Orion Syndicate, and we are requesting help. It's kind of embarrassing to say this, but we have been without food for days because our replicators have been down. We are pretty far away from our home planet, and we haven't eaten in a while, and we just were wondering if you could provide us any rations. Any sort of help would be, greatly appreciated. And you kind of look at Commander Johansson because it's his starbase, it's his charge, and he kind of, without hesitation, he goes, Commander Tajinko, you are more than happy to come onto our starbase and have dinner with us tonight. We were actually planning on serving a dinner with our guests, and you are more than invited to come, have dinner with us, relax if you want to, and we're more than happy to give you any rations that you need. All right. And of course, the Orion is pleased. He's happy, and he's like, "You don't know what this means to me. Thank you so much. We've always heard that Starfleet were very generous, and we are happy that we came here." Okay. So the commander tells the Orion to dock on the other side of the space station, and we'll skip ahead in time a little bit more, okay? Till we're at the dinner now, okay? So you're all at the dinner. What are you guys eating? Is anyone eating anything special?
I'm having a steak with baked potatoes and
having
multiple
salmon.
baked potatoes. Okay. And I've got a nice large slice of homemade apple pie that I've been saving. I brought it with me from the ship. Homemade apple pie with some vanilla ice cream on top. It's
Sounds fantastic.
delicious.
I think Minton, you said you had salmon.
Salmon and Brussels.
Okay, very good. What do you have in Donkra? What are you eating right now? You eat anything in any particular, CJ?
Is it French?
Yeah, he's having French fries. That's what he's having.
With some French fries. Okay, so Donkra is eating some French fries, and then Asha, what are you having?
Asha just likes experiencing the culture of other species, and so she's just having whatever is the favorites of the crew.
Come eat my French fries.
So Donkra is
Humans
sharing.
convincing everybody French fries are actually French, like high cuisine.
Yes, you human people
Yeah.
are very
He's
fascinating,
having fish and
especially
chips.
from the 20th century. Anything past that is completely uninteresting. You have racism, you have sexism, you have all these isms
There
that
we
I
go.
just completely love.
Here's the social
Yes.
commentary of this particular episode.
Humans.
Very good. All right. So as you're enjoying your dinner, or you're sort of starting to eat your dinner, you notice that 3 Orions walk into the room. You have the commander of the ship, who is male, and you have 2 female Orions who are, let's just say it, extremely attractive female Orions, right? And they're not dressed scantily, but they're definitely dressed provocatively.
Yeah, Star Trek, of course they are.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
So they walk in, and he's kind of like a charismatic kind of person. You can kind of feel the charisma. And they all sit down, and you're all sort of enjoying your dinner, having conversations. He's kind of like trying to sell some merchandise to the commander, because he's a merchant. And he says, let me give a toast to Starfleet. He stands up, he has his beverage. He's like, a toast to Starfleet, the most generous people. And I cannot say enough about what you have done for me and my crew members here. And to celebrate, I will offer anybody here a night with one of my fine ladies.
Ooh.
All right. And he kind of looks at Menden, and he says,
Why is he looking at Menden?
young man, would you like to take me up on my offer?
No, sir. No, sir. I'm not interested.
The commander Johansson kind of chimes in here. He says, "Thank you so much for the offer, there, Commander. But that's not exactly how we do things at Starfleet. But once again, I appreciate your generous offer. We're just
Maybe
enjoying
not how you do things in Starfleet.
our dinner here, and it's great to have you as guests."
Want a French fry?
And if Doctor, of course,
Thank you.
is eating a French fry. All right, so we're gonna skip ahead
People
again.
food.
We're skipping ahead again. So you all had your dinner, okay, and you're all getting up to leave. The Commander Johansson has offered a place for the Orions to sleep on the station, and they have accepted that. So they're on their way to the quarters, and you guys are back to the shuttlecraft because you have some places to sleep there because you don't want to overcrowd the space station. So you're going back to sleep. So you all get into the turbo lift, heading back to the shuttlecraft. You all get in, all 4 of you are in the turbo lift, and it starts to go towards the shuttlecraft, and you hear a loud explosion. Bam! And the power goes out. And then you have emergency power come on. So you have a little bit of emergency power, so you can kind of see things, but the turbo lift has stopped.
Who wants to go climbing through some vents and some duckways?
I would just like to say that if you'd have let me go on with my sweet honey, I wouldn't be in this position right now.
I can
Having
make
a
it
good
through.
old
I have a
time right
pocket
now.
full of French fries.
All right, somebody lift me up so I can go and do this hatch real quick.
I'm lifting. Do we need to roll the dice for lifting him up? See if he falls.
Yep. So you guys attempting to exit out through the
Out to the top.
out to the top. So what's happening? You're saying that
Donker's giving me a
slow?
boost so I can
Yeah.
pop the hatch.
All right. So let's go ahead and do this.
I'm helping
You're
my
go-
fellow lieutenant. Oh, you have a nice backside. It's nice and
Yes, thank
soft.
you. Been working
I'm
out.
pushing you up.
So
Ever so
this is
gently.
this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have
I
actually
need my dice.
Donkra roll with an assist from Slaw. All right. So Donkra, I want you to roll 2 d20s,
Do
and you
two
roll-
d20s. All
and
right.
you're doing fitness and security. Fitness and security.
So I'm rolling.
So
So
you're
it's
Your fitness and
9 and
security is 16, so 2d20s with a
okay.
difficulty of 1. I'm going to make this a difficulty of 1.
So I have 9 and 19.
So one was a fail, one was a success. This is a difficulty of 1, so you've already accomplished it. But we'll see what Slaw rolls to see if you got any momentum.
Hang on.
And we're going to do the same thing for you, Slaw. It's going to be a fitness and security.
Wait, you said I'm rolling a what?
You're just rolling 1d20.
1d20. 16.
What is your combined score?
Of what was it? Sorry, I was pulling up my sheet.
Fitness and security. Oh, yeah.
Security, so 10.
Okay. All right. Well, you want to roll under.
Yeah.
Right.
I did not.
Yeah, and you
rolled
did
over.
not. Right. Right. That's right. Why am I confused by that? It's under, right?
It's
Yes.
under. We're playing
Yeah.
golf rules. Yeah.
So you didn't get momentum, but you were successful in accomplishing the goal. So Slaw's up top right now of the turbo lift. The way the turbo lift works, it's controlled through. There's not cables or anything like that, but there is an emergency stopgap when you lose power. So it's sort of resting in a secure spot because the mechanical devices have stopped the turbo lift from moving. But you do see that there is a sort of ladder where you can climb up higher if you want to.
Okay. How much higher? Like where I am? Can I tell where I am? Like how much higher do I need to go?
Let's say you don't have to go much higher.
Okay. So I just need to get to the runabout, or to get to the next floor.
To get to outside to the hallway.
Okay. So still in the space station. Okay.
Still in the space station.
Okay.
Okay.
So I look down at my crew in the hull of the turbo lift and goes, "Hey, there's a hatch up here. I'm gonna go open it real quick, make sure it's safe, and then I can pull you guys up to follow if everything's good to go."
All right. Okay.
So
considering this is not a very difficult task, you climb up and you get to the door, but you're unable to open up the door. Like you can't figure out a way to open up the door.
manual overrides on the side of the.
Okay, you find that manual override.
Yeah.
And you open up the door, and it kind of opens up.
I'm all about.
And you walk out.
Overrides. Yeah.
You walk out into the hallway, and you notice that the lights are the power's down. There's emergency lighting, but it's really hard to see. So you kind of notice that there's no power on the space station.
Okay. So I go back down to the. I go back down the ladder. It's like, hey, I got the door open. Let's go. Let's get out of this and go check out this floor. So I start pulling people up one at a time.
Okay, so what we're gonna have to do is we'll say that we'll start with Asha. Okay, so Asha, I want you to roll 2d20s. This is fitness and security.
It's not going to turn out well. Actually, it did turn out good. Okay. My total was a 9, and I have a 5 and a 9.
5 and a 9. Okay. And what was your total again?
9.
9. Okay. Very good. So that was 2 successes. So you built 1 momentum. Okay. So both Asha and Swall are up top right now. So there's 2 of you left. Minton, do you want to go ahead and go? So
Yeah, I'll go.
Roll 2 d20s with a difficulty of 1.
I got a 19 and a 1. And
so 1 was a success, which is a 1 is actually counts as 2.
oh, okay.
So we got a momentum from that.
So you got a momentum from that. So now Minton is on top with everybody. So now it's Donkra's turn. Donkra, roll 2 d20s.
Grab my arm, Donkra. I will pull you up.
19, 11.
19 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
What was your total score?
Or
Fitness
16, I think.
16.
fitness is 11.
Fitness and security.
And my security's 5, so
16 is your
16.
number.
Yep.
And what were your numbers again? Sorry.
1911.
So you got one success.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you're up top. So you're all on top of the turbo lift. Let's just say that you climb up the ladder and you kind of walk out into the hallway. And you kind of recognize where the hallway is, and you know that one way sort of leads you towards the bridge, and the other way leads you towards engineering.
Asha's gonna head towards the bridge. She's not gonna be much help in engineering, but the bridge might know better what's going on.
And I probably need to head towards the bridge too, just to make sure the con is operational.
Okay. Minden and Donkra.
I'll head to the bridge.
Donkra, are we all just going to head to the bridge?
French fries. Yes.
Okay.
But nobody heads to engineering.
Apparently
no one's
not.
gonna head,
I'll head to engineering.
so you're going to head
Engineering.
to
I'll go to
Engineering's not
engineering.
secure enough. So
I'll head to engineering. I've got some. Let me see. Yeah, I've got some engineering skill. So
I don't think. Let me double check. Let me see. I don't think. No, I'm absolutely no good with engineering. So no.
Okay.
So
Mine's middling.
So right now, so far, we have everybody going to the bridge except for Slaw, who's going to engineering.
I'll head
Is
to
that what's
engineering and check.
Yeah.
See, make sure everybody's safe, and I can. We check our communicators right now to see if they're still working.
Okay. So you're checking your communicators, and the communicator is working. You can hear it coming on and off, but for whatever reason, you're not able to contact anybody.
Hmm.
Can they hear each other though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can we hear our people?
Okay.
Can we
Let's say-
interlink our communicators just so we can hear each other?
Okay. So you work on that. You link the communicators to where you kind of mess with it, sort of like, blow on it, take it out, blow on it, put it back on.
Yeah, like a Super
And,
Nintendo cartridge. Got it.
And then you're able to hear each other.
Okay.
Okay.
Open comms at all time.
All right. So you guys are heading in that direction then? So Slaw, Minton, and Asha going towards the bridge. And we have Slaw going towards engineering. Okay?
Yes.
Sounds good. All right, so you're going in your separate directions here. Let's go ahead and start off with Slaw. Slaw is making his way. Slaw, obviously,
Crap, I got a red shirt on. Okay. Good.
it's super dark. You're having a hard time seeing anything. But you know where engineering is because it's a star base, and all star bases are kind of the same way. So you're just following the path, and you make your way into engineering, and you notice right off the bat something's wrong, right? Something's off, and you open up the doors. Well, actually, you try to open the doors, and it doesn't work at first. Like it's not working.
I'm still trying.
Still trying. You're using
And manual overriding. I'm doing all kinds of
manual overriding it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to do?
I'm not shooting the door.
Is that
if
sign
that's what
language
you're
for
asking.
override?
Is there a crack in it or anything? Like, is it completely shut? Or
You can kind of see a crack there. Sure.
can I see anything in the crack? Any people or any fires or sparks or anything?
You can see there's a small little crack there, and you can kind of look. You see in there, and you see a body on the ground.
Is it breathing? Can I tell if it's breathing or not?
You can't tell if it's breathing or not, but it's definitely on the ground.
Okay, I call out. Does anybody need help in there? Can anybody hear me in there?
And you kind of hear someone go, "Yeah, help me!
Yes,
Help.
Then can you get to the door panel on your side of the door?
I can't move. Something blew up."
And I still can't get the door open. I'll look around for any leverage that I can put between the crack and manually.
You see like this bar on the
Yeah.
ground. Like every Star Trek episode, there's just a random bar
There's
on
a
the ground.
bar. I see the bar. Yeah.
Convenient crowbar.
Convenient
Okay,
crowbar.
you kind of see like a crowbar.
All right,
You gotta
so
try to open up that.
I'm gonna try to open up the door with the crowbar.
All right, so this is gonna be a difficulty of 1.
Okay.
And this is going to be fitness and security again.
Oh, Jesus.
Fitness and security, a difficulty of 1.
Come on, dice. Sweet. 4, baby. You can't even see that. Oh, there it is.
You said 4?
Yeah, 4.
So you could roll 2d20s. So what would you
Oh, I can do another one. 16.
Okay. All right. So 1 was a success. So you kind of get that crowbar in there and you open up the engineering doors and you walk in and you see that there are 4 or 5 bodies on the ground, and there seems to be some sort of explosion coming from the reactor. The sort of like the
like
not,
explosion, like a breach in progress.
Not a breach. It's like some sort of like explosion out of the reactor.
So it's already happened.
It's already happened.
Okay. So am I being exposed to anything like chemically dangerous?
Let's say you find a tricorder on the panel.
I've got my tricorder.
You got your tricorder? You want to bring your tricorder out?
Yeah. I'll flip my tricorder out and scan real quick for life signs.
Okay, so you're just scanning for life signs as we're
right now. I'm scanning for life signs to see if anybody's still alive and where they're at real quick.
This is going to be a difficulty of 1, and this is going to be an insight and science.
Okay. 4.
Okay. Or you can do two d20s.
2. Sorry. 12.
What was your number?
9.
Okay, so you successfully. So you're sort of, you got your tricorder out. It's working, and you notice that you have 1 life sign. It's faint. It's the guy that you were talking to previously, and the other people in there are dead. They sort of suffered some sort of like trauma from the explosion, and they're dead.
Okay. And I know where, and I can see him. I can see this guy.
You can see the guy that you talked to. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go over to him and pull him out of engineering back out into the hallway.
Okay, you did that.
I did that. Okay. All right. Now I'm standing at the door of engineering with my tricorder, scanning for any unusual readings.
Okay, so you're go ahead and roll again. We're going to do another insight and science.
Okay, 8 and 6.
So it was a difficulty of 1, so I'll go ahead and give you a momentum. Okay. So your readings, there definitely was some sort of explosion from the reactor. It overloaded somehow. Some sort of energy overload happened, and that's what sort of exploded and killed all the people in the engineering section of the space station.
Okay. And it's already happened. Is it getting worse? Is there any more danger that is about to happen? Like any more explosions that are about to happen?
All right, so you kind of look at the readings of the reactor, and you notice that it kind of reached a crescendo, and it kind of went back down, but you're noticing that the readings are starting to climb again.
Okay.
And from there, we're going to cut. In Star Trek fashion, whenever you go from the B line story to the A story, so we're going to cut. Right. And we're going to our 3 people who are walking towards the bridge. Okay. All right. So as you guys are walking to the bridge, obviously the lights are not on. You're all unarmed because you did not bring phasers onto the space station because it's a Starfleet space station. So you're unarmed, walking towards the bridge. Okay, so you get to the bridge, and the door is closed, and you can sort of shimmy your way to kind of get the door open. So you get the door open, and you look in, and you don't see anybody. Like you're not in the bridge yet, but you kind of look, and you don't really see anybody. I'll kind of let you guys decide what to do from there.
I say, hello, is anybody there?
You don't really hear anything at first.
So we don't even see like bodies on the ground or anything?
It's really dark in there, and kind of at the angle that you're in, you can't really tell what's going on.
I'm a lizard man. I should be able to see.
I mean, tricorders should have like flashlights and shit on them, right?
It should. You're
All
right.
right, so Dakra, I'm gonna have you roll an insight and security. 2d20s.
Okay.
Okay.
Rolling now. One failed, one success, 419. I don't know what's up with 19. I swear to God, I'm not cheating. One's 4, the other's 19. It keeps on popping up 19 with this dice roller thing I have.
So it was a difficulty of 1. I didn't mention that before, but it was difficulty. So you are successful. So Dakra, since you are a Zindi reptilian, you can kind of see in the dark, and your eyes adjusted, and you can kind of see the commander sitting down, and he's tied up.
Okay.
He's kind of tied up, and he's got something over his mouth, so he can't say anything. So the Commander Johansson, you kind of see tied up.
So I'm gonna let the guys know, because my hands are oily from the French fries still. I don't want to touch them. I don't want to sabotage anything.
Excellent.
I'm gonna look to Asha, Lieutenant Commander Asha. Where should I? You guide me. I can guide you to help that person over there.
Oh, if he's tied up, that means somebody has tied him up, which we should be looking for who did it.
Well, we can't look if we can't see. So I'm not.
Well, you can see.
I can see a little bit, but my hands are oiled up and beautiful French fry juice.
Real good time for the security. I'm going to be the big macho dude to decide. Oh no, I can't do it.
I'm mature. I'm matured. Like, this is the past. I wasn't mature at the time. So mature. There was instances over like these that caused me to mature up and not be into French fries and indulge in myself when I'm not supposed to. Okay. So with that being said,
pulls out a handkerchief here. You can wipe your fingers.
Okay, I'm wiping my fingers with thank you for allowing me to wipe my fingers. But now I have French fries in my pockets. Could you take the French fries out of my pocket? We need a roll for French fries out of the pockets.
Did you steal the French fries from dinner?
It's like Napoleon Dynamite. I have French fries stuffed in my pocket.
Oh, yeah.
And Lieutenant Commander Asha, she kicks my leg and makes all the French fries come out just like Napoleon Dynamite when he had the tots in his pocket. All right. But now that's all good. Okay, fine, Lieutenant Commander. That's why I don't like humanes. I'll go over there and untie him. Nothing better happened to me. Security. All right. So do I need to roll
she's a human? She's not.
Adam, what's your character name again?
Mine?
Yeah.
Lieutenant Slal.
Slal?
Slal. S-L-A-A-L.
Do I need to roll to untie him?
Well, we haven't figured. I just need to know if you guys are going in or not, and who's going in.
I'm going in. I have no choice but to, because you humanes can't see. So I'm gonna go in and figure this out.
Once I find out that
have wet wipes, the little moist towelettes that smell like lemons.
We're still talking about your greasy fingers. All right.
Yes.
So hold on, Minton. What did you? What were you gonna say?
Once I find out someone's tied up, I say, Saul's all by himself. I'm gonna run to engineering.
Okay.
And then I go run to engineering.
Be careful.
He's just trying to get away from the greasy fingers.
But I have moist towelettes.
All right. So Minton is running towards engineering right now. So what's going on is Dakra running in? Is that what's happening?
Yes, I'll take the lead on that.
Okay. So Dakra, you're running in. Asha, are you hanging back? Are you gonna following? What are you gonna do?
She's gonna move into the doorway and try to help keep the door from closing again if it's trying to close.
Okay.
And use her freehand tricorder trying to shed some light onto the room.
All right, so Dankra, you run into the room, and the bridge is kind of like a circular object, and you kind of see Johansson tied up. You can see him more clearly. Your eyes have definitely adjusted more, and you notice right away that the Orion is right behind him. Right, so you've made it halfway through, and you see the Orion with a disruptor, right,
Okay.
a phaser, and he's sort of pointing at you. Okay.
Whoa,
And
humane.
okay, so he's Orion, but yeah, he's not human, unless you're talking to Johansson, who is human.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Very good,
Whoa.
excellent. And he goes, okay, and he goes, I'm warning you, Starfleet. You have a shuttlecraft. I'm giving you one chance. You and your crew get in your shuttlecraft and leave now, or I will kill every one of you, including this commander right here.
What exactly are you?
How quick is my draw? Is there? I know that's not on here, but
Quick draw.
you know, he already has his phaser out, right?
Well, you don't
You know,
have a phaser.
Captain Kirk, he had a pretty fast draw. You've seen the show, and someone has their phaser on him. He's like, pow.
Remember, CJ, you guys are not armed. You did not go into the space station armed.
Oh yeah, that's right. But I do have French fries in my pocket.
That's true. You have a couple French fries.
So I have a whole thing of French fries. I would like to throw them at him to distract him and throw him off, and see if I can tackle him to the ground to secure that weapon in his hand. See how this all came along? See,
I'm going to allow this. Okay. All right. So
if Dankra dies here, I tried to ask a question.
No, I don't die
and
though.
then we immediately have
Technically,
fries out of the pocket.
because this is in the past, and if I do die, I grow back whatever it is that got killed off because I'm a lizard person.
All right, so Dankra, this is what you're doing. Okay. Dankra reaches into his greasy pockets, and he kind of throws a bunch of French fries up in the air in order to sort of distract the Orion here.
That's sign language for throwing French fries, okay.
And he charges, okay. And the reptilian Zindies are quick, right? And because he's so quick, the Orion fires and misses. And then now, now Dankra is hand-to-hand combat right now. So Dankra, you are going to make the first attack, and this is going to be, because it is hand-to-hand combat, it is daring and security. Okay.
12 and 5. Yes, very nice. And then am I able to roll 2?
Yes.
Boom. 17 and 6.
17 and what?
And 6.
So 1 was a success.
1 was a fail.
1 was a fail. Okay. So it was a difficulty of 1. So you are going to roll, and this is going to be unarmed strike. So you're going to roll 6 D6s.
6 D6s. All right.
And remember how we do combat is if you roll a 1, it's a hit. Roll a 2, it's 2 hits. 3 and 4 are nothing. 5 and 6 are a hit with plus an effect. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So you
I'm
can
rolling
roll
now.
6. What was that?
I'm rolling now, and I have 2 1s, a 2, 4, 5, 6.
All right. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You hit him 6 times, but this is a contested, so he can roll against you. Okay. And he has a daring of 9 and a security of 1, so he has 10. And what is his? His is unarmed strike. Oh, he has a blade. Woo! He pulls his blade out.
Go.
He pulls his blade out, and he can roll 3. Okay. So you definitely had a lot more than him. So 3 D6s.
So what type of blade is this?
It's a sharp one.
It's just a normal blade.
Is it a like exotic melee blade weapon thing?
It's a special Orion blade made out of the bone of a saber.
Ooh.
A
Because-
saber-toothed tiger.
Because that's one of my values. I'm a subject matter expert in those combat wielding weapons. So is there something to go up against that as I'm tussling with him and trying to take that weapon away from him?
Yeah, we can apply it. We can apply that here in a second. But right now, you hit him. He subtracted 2 from it, so you hit him 4 times.
Okay.
Or you hit 4. All right. So,
Awesome combo.
Good combo.
Okay. All right. So now it's their turn. Unless you guys want to roll for initiative, like if Asha wants to do something right now. Does Asha want to do something right now?
She wants to do something, but she's not going to be fighting. She'd try to go for the commander.
Here,
Okay.
hold my moist towelette that you
No.
gave me. Okay.
No.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give it back to the Orion. By the way, there are 2 other Orions in this room right now, the 2 ladies on either side. Okay, and they have disruptors as well. So they are going to fire onto Donkra. Okay. So one of the ladies is going to fire. She is the guard here. Where's my guard? Here's my guard. Okay, good. So it's going to be control plus security. So 10. All right. And disruptor pistol 5. Okay. So she pulls out her disruptor pistol, one of the ladies, and she can do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a D6s. Okay. So we have hit, miss, double hit. So 4. Okay. First I need to find out if it's successful first. Okay, let me do that first. So control and security, so 10. So 2D. Okay, stand by. 20 and 15. And she misses both. I'm going to go ahead and spend some of my threat to roll again.
I'll throw this out there. Minden and Saul should be hearing all of the gunfire across
Okay.
the open comms.
They don't care about us.
True. So that was successful. So she did hit you 4 times.
All right. To throw those French fries.
Let's say
I
everybody.
wanted to talk.
So let's say everybody's stress is 11. Okay. So now, so Donkra, your stress has been knocked down 4. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So it's now let's go ahead and cut back to engineering in typical fashion. Starter fashion. All right, so Minton has made his way to engineering, and he notices that Slawl is he's got his tricorder out, and he's trying to figure out what's going on with the reactor. I'll kind of let you guys take it from there.
Oh, Minden, I see you're here. What are you doing here?
The bridge. The captain was tied up. I think the bridge has been taken.
Yeah, I heard some phaser fire. Were they okay when you left?
But when I left, are you
boy.
okay? What happened here?
Well, there are 4 dead and 1 survivor who I pulled out in the hallway here, and I'm just trying to figure out, something's overcharging now, and I'm trying to figure out which panel to get to stop it.
You haven't seen anybody though?
Nope, just this injured person on the space station.
Well, what can I do to help?
Ask him some questions to see if he can guide us to the correct panel to get this to get this overload under control. And I'll keep scanning in case he's goes unconscious.
I go over to the guy and I assume he's laying on the ground, and
Yeah.
I kind of pick him up a little bit and I say, what do we do? How do we help you?
He kind of looks at you and he says, "There's something that I need to tell you. 2 days ago, we detected some unusual readings coming from the stars, something different than we noticed before. We thought it was nothing at first, but then we started to realize that the particular energy readings were acting intelligently. We started to suspect that it was some sort of life form that was living in the star, and it had made its way to our reactor. We thought that we could control it, but obviously we haven't been able to do that."
And I'm hearing all this too.
You're hearing it too.
I turn around and go, life form? Really? We're gonna do this? This is the life form? Okay.
Haven't y'all learned from history?
Yeah. So now I'm switching my tricorder over to see if I can find any non-human, non-organic life signs.
Okay, go ahead and roll. This will be a difficulty of 1, and of course, Minton can assist. So it'll be 2 d20s. Obviously, you're going to be doing an insight and science.
Okay. All right. You said 2?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I got a 3 and a 20.
So that's a complication.
I got a 3 and a 20.
All right. So 1 was a success. Okay. But it added a complication to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Minton, did you want to roll for potential momentum?
Sure. What do I do?
Just roll a 1d20, and this will be insight and science.
So my insight is 11, my science is 4, and I rolled a 12.
Was that under? I didn't.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so that gave you a momentum. I'm going to use that complication later on. So I'm going to store that complication later on. Okay. All right. So you're sort of reading the life form. It's kind of going in and out of phase. Like it's kind of going in and out of reality. It's definitely inside the reactor, and it's attempting to draw energy from the reactor. You can kind of tell that this is this particular life form's energy source. Like it's consuming the energy from the reactor, but it's also, because it's out of phase, because the life form's out of phase, it's causing this weird like reaction to occur, and it's slowly starting to build in the reactor. And in fact, you look down at your readings and you can determine that in 12 minutes it will explode again.
12 minutes.
In 12 minutes it will explode again.
So is it attracted to energy?
It's attracted to energy. These life forms are attracted to energy.
All right, so we've got open comms, so I'm now screaming, at Asha and Donker, hey, we've got a life form down here through the star. Did the Orions know about this? What are they
The
called?
Orions are a little busy shooting Donk.
I'm getting stabbed here. Thanks.
So yeah, you won't be able to determine that right now. They're
Okay.
fighting right now.
They're fighting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we got a guy out of harm's way. They know it's a life form. Is there enough energy left in engineering to feed it to where it won't explode?
What do you mean by that?
To determine a way to give it enough energy so it doesn't drain it so fast that it causes another explosion.
Okay, so
Like to give it a constant, like an energy beam.
okay, yeah. So this is what is called an extended task. Okay, so it's a base difficulty of 2, and you have a work track, which means that you can work on it multiple times. However, there is a time limit on this. So in 12 minutes, the thing will explode again.
Okay.
You have every time you attempt something, you do an attempt, it's
Mhm.
negative 3 minutes, which means you have 4 attempts.
I got you.
You have 4 attempts to hit a work track of 12. Okay. So in other words, you have to succeed at a task, and you have to roll to see if you accumulate work.
Oh,
Okay.
oh. So
Think of it as
getting momentum, we're getting work.
Think of it as combat.
Okay. Okay.
You
I got you.
the work track has hit points that you have to.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So let's go ahead and cut back to Donkra and Asha. Okay. So it's back to you guys. Well, what do you guys want to do here?
I'm gonna take this melee weapon out of his hand. I'll tussle him because I don't want to get stabbed, even though I have thick skin. Probably break the weapon, but we'll see.
So you're gonna try to disarm.
I'd rather disarm. Yeah, isn't that one of the rules of the Federation? I can't just go out and kill people. So
Yeah. So let's go ahead and do. This is gonna be a difficulty of 1. You can roll 2 d20s. This is gonna be daring and security. Daring and security.
all right, let me.
You have 2 d20s.
I gotta put another one on here. Add one. All right, it's rolling now. Ooh, 11 and 4.
11 and 4. Those are both successful.
Oh, I thought it was under on that one. Okay.
Yeah, because you had daring and security. You're Donker, right? Yeah. So yeah. You're
Yes.
fine.
Okay. Yeah. You're right.
Okay. So both were successful. You also banked a momentum. Okay. So now I want you to roll, since you're still doing hand-to-hand combat here. So you're going to roll 6 d6s. Okay.
All right. So 4, 3, 5, 5, 4, 6.
Ooh, that was a bad roll.
Hmm.
So you hit him 3 times. There is an effect. Okay. So you hit him. So you hit him 3 times. What is he down to? Oh, he's almost dead. Okay. He's down to that.
Is he dead
now.
or will he pass out?
So actually, you knocked him down.
Okay.
So you kind of he can't do anything to you now. So
Okay.
he's sort of you have disarmed him. Okay.
Okay.
And you kind of knocked him down, and he's almost there. He's almost kind of knocked out. Okay. So it is the ladies' turn, who have the 2 disruptors. Asha, did you want to try to do something? I know I'm trying to get you involved here. Is there anything that you want to do?
The only thing she's going to be able to do, because her stats are not going to be helpful, she's going to get more injured than anything else, is try to either get the commander out of the chair, like I said, or try to talk.
Okay. Do you want to try to talk to the ladies?
So Slaw just told us that their thing's going to explode again, right?
Mm-hmm.
She will look towards them and just kind of like hold up a hand. Like, just let us get our people off the ship, and you can have the ship in whatever you're wanting to try and do. They don't need to die.
We gave you an opportunity to leave, but you ran in here and tried to attack us. So why should we believe you now? It says one of the ladies.
Because I'm trying to make sure that nobody else gets more injured than they need to be.
But you're a medical professional.
It's too
Is
late.
why I'm trying to keep people from getting more injured than they need to be.
Quick, another wet wipe stat. Oh, you have
So
no more.
So
No
one
more.
of the the Orion is sort of thinking about what you're saying. Is there anything else you want? You're trying to convince the Orion to not attack, the lady to not attack. Is there anything you want to say to her?
We don't know why you're here, what you're wanting even. We brought you in for dinner and we're trying to be helpful to your ship. We're ready to give you rations. I don't understand why you're trying to take over the ship.
So she kind of looks at you and she says, "You're so naive, Starfleet. We weren't hungry. We came here to retrieve the aliens. We think that we can use them as a power source, and you fell for it. So all we want to take these aliens back with us."
Well, you can have them.
So let me say this: as Starfleet officers, giving a life form away
Is also not good.
is not good. It's not a good thing.
Doctor's like, oh, that's all you wanted? Well, dang, I could have given you that and a side of fries.
No, I'm winded.
Ugh.
Well, Donkra only knows about security, so security in 20th century humans on Earth. That's all I know right now.
Okay, so the one of the female Orions points her phaser back at Donkra, and she fires. Okay, so this one's going to be. Oh, let's go back to the. This is going to be control and security. So another 10. Really, that's it. And she has her disruptor. 5d20. No, first I need to do 2 successes first. All right, so one was a fail, the other one was 2 successes. Okay, so she was successful. And then daring and oh wait, no, I want to do 5 d. Okay, so she hit, miss, double hit. So she hit 5. So she fires at Donkra, hits him in the back. Okay, and you have been deduced another 5 stress. So 4 plus 5, so a total of 9 so far.
That's rough.
Okay, so we can kind of go back to it's your turn again. What do you want to do now? You have the initiative, Donkra and Asha.
Did we unwrap the guy in the chair?
No.
He's kind of still hanging out there.
Let's unwrap him and see what's going on and start questioning him and seeing what's happening with and why he was tied up in the first place.
Okay, so the combat's still happening. Now you can try to untie him real quick. Is that what you want to do? You want to try to untie him?
This is going to be like an Indiana Jones style untying. You know how Indiana Jones, they got all this action in the back and they still have time to whisper behind something and then do whatever they got to do. It's kind of one of those things.
Go ahead and roll a daring and security, 2d20s, to see if you can untie him real quick.
19 and 6.
19 and 6. So one was a failure. The other one was a success.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I'll go ahead and say that you take the blade from the Orion and you kind of you cut the rope or whatever it was that was tying Commander Johansson down. Okay. And he kind of gets up real quick.
Now we have a third guy. Until so he is he annoyed? Is he exhausted? Is he like dehydrated? Is he able to help us?
He can help you. He's kind of dazed, but he can kind of help you.
Okay. What does he have in his pockets besides I didn't put French fries in there, so
You didn't put any French fries in there?
no, I
Okay.
didn't put French fries in there. But what's in it? Does he have anything else on him? As because like they forgot to get off. Does he have like an extra blade in his boot or something like that?
You know what? Let's say he kind of gets up and he runs to like a station, and he opens up and he grabs a phaser.
Okay.
All right. Do you want him to do anything? Like, are you gonna tell him
Yes.
to do something, or like,
Just
what do you-
shoot us, do whatever you need to do to help me. Help
Okay,
me
so
help you.
so what he's going to do is he's going to fire at the Orion on the floor. Okay. And let's see if he can do this. I don't have a sheet for him. Let's just do this. Let's say he does daring and security. We'll say 10. We'll give him a 10. Okay.
Oh, so this is going in the way you didn't expect it to. Yes. Throwing
Okay.
off track.
We'll say 10 there, and we'll give him a 5. Okay.
Okay.
2 for 5. Boom. Hit, miss, hit. So the Orion is down. He's done. Okay. So you have the 2 ladies, right? And you know what? We'll go ahead and say we'll keep it your turn. All right. So what do you want to do now?
Well, first I'm gonna pick off my French fries off the floor.
Okay.
They still look pretty good. And now I think we should have a conversation with the guy. What's the guy's name? Did he give us a name?
The name of who?
The guy that's
Well,
tied up.
the 2 Orion women are still going to fire on you because
I
they're
thought-
still
I thought he said
attacking.
they were down. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought they were down.
So the man is down.
Okay.
You know, let's
So-
do this. I have an idea. This is what's going to happen.
How handsome am I as a lizard? Can I seduce?
You're a pretty handsome lizard.
Pretty handsome lizard. Maybe I can
Sure.
seduce him. Like, whoa, hold on. There's some better ways we can handle this, ladies, over some drinks. Orion ladies, we can handle. We can talk this out. All right. This right here, this face right here. This is how I make my money. Right now, I'm sweating, and I'm too pretty to sweat, and I'm a lizard. I don't even have sweat glands.
Okay.
Let's talk about this.
All right, so you're trying to convince them. So I'm going to say a difficulty of 1, and this is going to be a reason
Yep.
and command. Reason
So-
and command.
So I have a reason of 7 and a command of 4.
Okay.
And rolling the 2 die,
Mhm.
the 20-sided dice, 15
Yeah.
and 4.
So 1 was a success. Okay. All right. So we'll say that. So you're kind of talking with them. They look at their sort of like the person, the guy in charge, their commander, and he's on the floor, and they take the disruptor and they kind of throw it on the floor, both of them, and they kind of just throw their hands up, and they're
Okay.
saying, we don't want any more of this.
And then I respond as, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, they made it clear that was the scariest thing that you could have ever said to them. Well, and after you try to seduce them, they've been scared straight. They don't want any
Okay.
more of this. Okay, very good. So let's go ahead and cut back to engineering. So we're going to start your guys' work track. Okay, and if Asha and Donkra, if you want to make your way there, you can too. But we're going to start the work
Can
track.
we bring the Orion women with us? They
You-
might know some things about the craft that we're on and maybe be able to help out.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So you have 12 minutes, okay, to finish this. This has a base difficulty
Jeez.
of 2, okay? And this is going to be a insight. Well, actually, tell me what you're going to do. What are you attempting to do? What was the plan here?
To feed the life form a consistent low energy beam to keep it from exploding again.
Okay.
To give it just enough energy to where it stabilizes and doesn't blow the whole station up.
All right. So you need to build like a energy device, right? Probably, huh? So let's do
Or
science.
reconfigure one of the panels to shoot off a beam in its direction.
I like this. This is going to be insight and science. Who wants to do that action?
Is none of this
Insight.
engineering?
Minton might have some things.
My insight's 11 and my science is a 4.
Okay. All right. So that's 15. Okay. Go ahead and roll your D. This is going to be this is a difficulty of 2. So you have momentum. Do you want to use some of your momentum to roll an extra die? And of course, someone can assist as well.
Sure.
And you can decide once you've rolled.
Oh, okay. So roll 2d20.
Yeah, roll 2 d20s.
16 and 11.
So one was a fail, one was a success. So you need another one. So let's go ahead and have
momentum.
Hmm?
I can jump in and use momentum and try to. So what are we doing at this point?
You can. So Minden is trying to reconfigure this panel. Do you want to try to assist him?
Yes.
Okay. So you're also going to. How are you assisting him? Tell me how you're doing this.
I'll go up underneath the panel and try to cross some wires over and try to control, some of the wires from the inside.
Insight and engineering. Roll 1d20.
You said insight engineering. Okay.
Yeah. Because you're messing with wires. 1.
1.
All right. And you actually.
One more, or that was it?
That's it. So that was successful. Okay. So now, Minton, I want you to roll. Your science is a 4 plus 2. So I want you to roll 6 d6s. 6 d6s.
That's a 16.
No, d6s.
Yeah, 16.
Don't add them all up.
Oh.
Yeah, so remember, 1 is a hit, 2 is 2 hits, 3 and 4 are nothing, 5 and 6 are a hit with plus an effect. Okay.
So I got 1 1.
Okay.
3 2s. 1 4. 1 5.
Okay. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay. So 8. So that track was successful. And you've already got 8 out of the 12. So you need 4 left to complete this task. Okay. 3 minutes have gone by, which means you have 4 more attempts before it explodes again. I'm going to spin some threat. Okay. And 2 threat, so I'm down to 2. And there's a sort of like a malfunction in the energy device that you guys created, and it's sort of like it kind of goes out of phase, like, and because of that, the aliens are sort of like reacting to it, and it's sort of making things a little bit worse. Okay. So what we're doing is I'm just going to keep the difficulty at 2 for your next attempt. Okay. All right. So now you can attempt to continue the track. Does anyone else want to come in and do something?
Hold on. I believe one of my abilities can lower the difficulty if I am helping.
Okay. All right. So we'll lower that difficulty to 1. Very good. All right. So you're going to help. Who are you going to help?
Who's doing which one again?
I'm under the console trying to reconfigure all the wires.
So something's going wrong with the laser beam. So that kind of needs to be fixed.
Well, I guess I'll help try to get that laser beam fixed again for whichever one is doing the primary work on that.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and have Acid, Slaw. Why don't you go ahead and do a, you're trying to fix this. Let's do another insight and engineering.
Insight engineering. Okay.
This would be a difficulty of 1.
Just 1 or 2?
It's 1 because Asha decreased it.
Okay. 5.
Okay, so
You get to roll 2 die still, but you're only needing one of
Oh.
them to pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other one was a 12. 5 and a 12.
and what was your high number? What was the number you're trying to hit?
12.
12. So both were successful.
Mm-hmm.
All right, very good. All right, so we'll say that that was successful as well. And go ahead and this is Slaw. Roll a, so your engineering is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. It's 4?
Engineering's 4, yeah.
So roll 6 D6s, 6 D6s.
All right. 2, 1, 4, 5, 5, and 4.
All right, so you hit 5. And you successfully completed the task. Okay, so the aliens are, so the beam is sort of containing the aliens and they're not doing whatever they did to upset the reactor. So you have everything sort of controlled. Okay. So Johansson comes in and he says, thank you so much for saving my life and for, fixing the reactor here. I think we can take it from here. Okay. And that is pretty much the episode. Congratulations. You successfully made it through.
Very nice.
Arrest the Orions on the way out.
No. Acid, you didn't see my message about using a French fry before you rolled out, but it's okay.
Oh, I did not. But that's okay. I was still full from the steak and baked potatoes. My apple pie, man, it was just so good.
Be my cherry pie.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had fun.
Yes,
Indeed.
sure did.
Tried to have more role playing, ROLL, role playing involved. More Asha, I tried to get you more involved. I didn't really have you.
Well, to be fair, I did say we want to join. I was like, can I untie the captain? And then you moved on. And then Don Krug was able to do it later. So I was trying to do things, but it just kept getting moved past.
You didn't eat the French fry. That's the big thing. If you're a French fry eater.
I hear you. All right. Well, that's it. I'll try to get you more involved next time, Ash. I promise you.
Are you gonna say goodbye to our YouTube audience?
Oh yeah, that's I forgot where people are watching. Don't forget to check us
The
out.
people want to know. They want to know.
Get your
what
podcast.
It gets the people going.
You can always check us out on YouTube and everything. But that is the show. Goodbye, everybody.